Scientists have found something incredible under the Sahara's sand. The endless sand, the hot sun, and no people around. That's how we picture the Sahara Desert. This famous desert wasn't always like this, though. What amazing hidden truths could be buried underneath? Let us discover the incredible discoveries that are shocking the world, changing what we thought was true all along. The Wonders of the Sahara. The name Sahara literally translates to desert in Arabic. Many think it's the biggest desert in the world, but that's not true. The Antarctic desert is actually larger. However, when it comes to the hot, sandy deserts that you typically picture, the Sahara is the biggest one. It covers a huge part of Africa, stretching over more than 5.3 million square miles. This massive desert spreads across 10 African countries and is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean on the west, the Red Sea on the east, and the Mediterranean Sea to the north. Every year, the Sahara gets a little bigger, extending further south by around 3 to 6 miles. Even though you might imagine the Sahara as a vast landscape of sand dunes, with some cacti scattered here and there, and very few animals, the reality is quite different. Sand dunes actually make up just about 20% of the Sahara. The majority of the desert consists of large, rocky plateaus. Although the Sahara might not be brimming with wildlife, it's home to around 4,000 species of animals, including mammals like gerbils, jerboas, antelopes, jackals, dune cats, and mongooses. These creatures mostly come out at night to avoid the daytime heat. Temperatures during the day can reach a scorching 35 degrees Celsius, but the sand can get much hotter, almost like being in an enormous frying pan. The Sahara is known for its extremely hot and dry climate. It doesn't rain much here, only about 3 inches a year. The highest temperature ever recorded was close to 58 degrees Celsius. At night, though, it can get really cold, especially in the mountainous areas where temperatures can drop to minus 18 degrees Celsius. Despite these tough conditions, the Sahara is surprisingly green in places, with more than 30 different types of plants thriving here, like ferns, ficus, acacias, cacti, and date palms. Stay tuned to find out more about this. The constant change in temperature throughout the day and night causes the rocks to break down slowly, turning into sand. This process helps maintain the sandy areas of the Sahara. Some of the dunes here are incredibly tall, reaching up to 650 feet. What's more, these dunes can create a kind of singing sound when the wind moves the sand around, which is pretty amazing to hear. In some parts of the Sahara, you can find unique pieces of clear, weathered glass that were formed by ancient meteorite impacts. One of the coolest things you can see in the Sahara are mirages, optical illusions that make you think there's water when there isn't. But there are real water sources too, like the Nile River, which flows through the desert, and some permanent lakes, including the Awaniga Lakes. Despite its harsh environment, the Sahara is full of interesting geological and biological features that continue to interest and amaze scientists and those who love to explore. Picture this. You're walking through the Sahara Desert, and suddenly, up ahead, you see what looks like an oasis, complete with water and palm trees. It seems just a short walk away, maybe 1 or 2 miles. But here's the catch. What you're seeing might be a mirage, a kind of optical illusion, and the real water could be over 300 miles away. Mirages happen because of the way light bends when it moves through layers of air that have different temperatures and densities. They are super common in the Sahara, so much so that people have even made maps showing where you're most likely to see them. What's tricky is that a mirage can show a real image of something that exists, like a distant mountain or tree, but it looks like it's right in front of you. One of the most striking features in the Sahara is the Richat structure in Mauritania, often called the Eye of the Desert. This huge circular area, 31 miles across, is hundreds of millions of years old. From space, astronauts can easily spot it amidst the vast, uniform desert. It's that noticeable. There are several ideas about how this circle came to be, but many think it was shaped by erosion over time. The highest point in the Sahara is Emikusi, a mountain that reaches 2.1 miles above sea level. But the Sahara isn't just about sand and heat. It's also sitting on top of valuable resources like oil and gas. The desert is known for its intense sandstorms, too. Driven by southern winds, these storms can sweep across countries, causing havoc for days on end. Every year, these storms carry tons of sand all the way to Cape Verde, an island nation off Africa, making life quite challenging for the people there. Beyond the sand dunes, people find clever ways to live and thrive in the toughest places, showing incredible resilience and creativity. Ancient life in the Sahara. Despite the tough conditions, about 2 million people live in the Sahara. These include groups like the Berbers and the Tuaregs. Back in medieval times, huge caravans, sometimes with nearly 12,000 camels, would cross the desert, carrying goods to trade. To really get to know the heart of the Sahara, you'd need to explore deep into its vast expanse, where beneath the sand lies a hidden treasure, not of gold, but of water. There's actually very little water on the surface because it hardly rains, but underneath, there are huge underground reservoirs. These are what feed the oases, lush areas where water from below reaches the surface, supporting life in the desert. In the northeastern parts of the Sahara, in countries like Sudan, Chad, Egypt, and Libya, these underground waters are especially crucial, as they're tapped to provide much-needed moisture in a mostly dry land. In Libya, there's an incredibly large water system beneath the ground that has been tapped since the 1970s. In 1983, they began a massive project, the Great Man-Made River, to bring drinking water to the dry regions of Libya. By 1996, this project was successfully providing water to every major city in the country. Every day, this system pumps more than 21 million cubic feet of drinking water. It's so huge that in 2008, it was recognized in the Guinness Book of Records as the largest irrigation project on the planet. The system includes 1,300 wells that are each more than 1,640 feet deep, and a network of pipes and reservoirs that distribute this water. This project highlights the desert's hidden resources and shows that the Sahara has more to offer than meets the eye. It's hard to imagine, but the Sahara Desert wasn't always a vast expanse of sand. About 8,000 years ago, the area was filled with green forests, grassy meadows, and clear lakes. Among the fascinating sights in the Sahara is Nabta Playa, often considered the desert's version of Stonehenge. This archaeological site features huge stones arranged in circles, and it's over 4,500 years older than Stonehenge, making it one of the oldest known archaeological sites. Deeper into the Sahara, archaeologists have found rock carvings that show early humans once lived here. These people had settlements where they farmed and raised cattle. There was also a massive river, the Taman Rasset, which flowed all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. This river was discovered in 2015 using advanced three-dimensional satellite images. Additionally, researchers have identified the ancient shores of Lake Chad, which was once much larger and deeper than it is today, and was considered the biggest lake on the planet at that time. And the best part is yet to come. Experts believe that in another 10 to 12,000 years, we might see the Sahara turn green once more. There are various theories about why this once lush region turned into a dry desert. One theory suggests that overgrazing by livestock prevented plants from regrowing quickly enough to protect the soil from the harsh sun, leading to the desertification of the region. Other theories suggest that the presence of livestock may have actually prolonged the life of some of the green areas by about 500 years. Another perspective considers the Earth's axis, which shifts its tilt every 20,000 years, affecting the amount of sunlight that reaches the Earth and potentially contributing to climatic changes. Going back even further, during the Mesozoic era, the area now known as the Sahara was covered by an ocean called Tethys. This ocean was teeming with life, including giant ancestors of whales, snakes, turtles, and dinosaurs. As the continents drifted apart, this ocean disappeared, leaving behind a landscape that would eventually become desert. In the area now known as the Valley of the Whales, scientists have found fossilized remains of some of the world's largest dinosaurs, providing a glimpse into the prehistoric past of this region. The Sahara is not just a place of sand and heat. It is a place of deep historical and geographical significance. The presence of the Great Man-Made River Project demonstrates modern human ingenuity and the ability to harness the desert's hidden resources. The ancient sites like Nabta Playa and discoveries like the Tamanrasset riverbed and the expansive ancient Lake Chad offer a window into the Sahara's greener past. These findings help us understand how environments can dramatically change over time. This desert, with its hidden water sources and rich archaeological sites, tells a story of human adaptation, survival, and transformation. The vast underground aquifers that supply the Great Man-Made River are a testament to the unexpected bounty that lies hidden beneath the seemingly barren surface. The historical carvings and structures remind us of the civilizations that once thrived in this now harsh environment. As we look to the future, the possibility of the Sahara becoming green again reminds us of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our planet. The theories about climatic shifts due to natural changes or human impact underscore the complex interplay between the Earth's geology and climate. Understanding these patterns is crucial as we face global environmental challenges today. Going further, you'll see that deserts around the world are all different, each with its own story and unique features to explore. Earth's biggest dry lands. Deserts are really big areas where it hardly ever rains, making them super dry and tough places to live. There are loads of deserts around the world besides the Sahara. These include really cold ones like the Antarctic and Arctic deserts, and hot ones like the Arabian, Gobi, Patagonian, Great Victoria, Kalahari, Great Basin, and Syrian deserts. Starting with the Antarctic desert down at the South Pole, it's the biggest desert out there, covering about 5.5 million square miles. Even though it's covered in ice, it counts as a desert because it barely gets any rain, less than 4 inches a year. Not many people live there, just a few researchers and stations scattered around. It's home to creatures like penguins, seals, and whales. During winter, it's one of the coldest places you can imagine, with temperatures dropping down to -128 degrees Fahrenheit. Then there's the Arctic desert at the very top of the world, covering around 5.4 million square miles across parts of Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and Finland. This place is really feeling the effects of climate change, with ice melting fast and affecting weather all over the world. It's got wildlife like polar bears, Arctic foxes, and various seabirds and marine mammals that have adapted to the cold. Moving over to a warmer spot, the Arabian desert stretches across 900,000 square miles in Western Asia, covering countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, the UAE, and Yemen. It's incredibly hot, especially in the summer when temperatures can go over 104 degrees Fahrenheit. It's known for the empty quarter, the biggest stretch of continuous sand anywhere. Despite the scorching heat, some tough animals like the Arabian oryx, sand cats, and spiny-tailed lizards make this desert their home. But that's not the end of it. There's still plenty more. The Gobi Desert is a vast, chilly place that spreads across northern China and southern Mongolia, covering 500,000 square miles. This desert is known for its severe temperature swings, really hot in the summer and bitterly cold in the winter. The terrain is mostly rocky. It doesn't get much rain because the Himalayan mountains stop rain clouds from reaching it. The Gobi has a rich history too. It was a crucial part of the Silk Road, where traders traveled long ago, and it's also famous as the place where Genghis Khan was born. Today, nomadic Mongolian tribes roam this desert, living alongside animals like Bactrian camels, wild horses, and even snow leopards. Moving over to South America, the Patagonian Desert, or Patagonian Steppe, stretches over 200,000 square miles in Argentina and touches parts of Chile. This cold desert is really dry and windy, sitting between the Andes Mountains on the west and the Atlantic Ocean on the east. During the winter, it gets frosty, but seldom sees any snow. Despite the tough conditions, a variety of wildlife calls this place home, including guanacos, which are similar to llamas, armadillos, and many types of birds that have adapted to the arid environment. Down in Australia, the Great Victoria Desert is the largest desert in the country, spreading across 220,000 square miles. It's a subtropical desert that shows off a mix of sand, rocks, and grassland. Summers here can get really hot, with temperatures soaring up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and the area sometimes sees thunderstorms roll through. Despite being so dry, the desert supports a wide range of life. Many plants and animals have adapted to thrive under these tough conditions. Deeper into the dry lands, you'll find a surprising variety of life and traces of ancient history, revealing the desert's hidden richness. The unique Kalahari Desert. Then, there's the Kalahari Desert in Africa, covering 360,000 square miles across Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. Unlike typical deserts, the Kalahari gets a bit more rain, with some areas getting up to 20 inches in good years. This extra moisture supports a lush savanna, where you can find an amazing variety of wildlife. There are cute meerkats standing guard, sneaky hyenas, and various types of antelope that roam freely. The Kalahari is more than just a desert. It's a vibrant ecosystem full of life. The Great Basin Desert in the United States stretches across a whopping 190,000 square miles, covering Nevada, Utah, and bits of other neighboring states. It's classified as a cold desert, which means it's unique because it actually gets snow in the winter, quite different from the sandy, hot deserts you might picture. This desert is not just about sand and sparse vegetation. It also boasts ancient bristlecone pine trees, which are among the oldest living things on our planet. These trees have witnessed centuries pass, standing firm against the harsh conditions. In the Great Basin, the landscape varies a lot. You'll find everything from rugged mountains to wide-open valleys, known as basins, that are interspersed throughout the area. The climate is just as varied. The summers can be hot, but not excessively so, and the winters are cold, often bringing enough snow for the mountains to become white. This diverse climate supports a unique mix of wildlife, from small mammals like jackrabbits and coyotes, to a variety of birds and insects that have adapted to both the hot summers and chilly winters. Keep watching to find out more about these incredible places. Over in the Middle East, the Syrian desert covers about 200,000 square miles across parts of Syria, Jordan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. It's a subtropical desert, known for its flat, rocky landscape. The ground here tells a story of ancient times, formed by lava flows that hardened and shaped the terrain millions of years ago. Life in the Syrian desert is tough due to the extreme conditions, blazing hot days and cold nights, with very little water available. Yet some animals have made this harsh landscape their home. Lizards scuttle across the hot rocks, and birds soar above, all adapted to survive with minimal water. The Syrian desert isn't just about nature, it's also steeped in history. Many ancient trade routes crossed through this area, and it has been a crossroads for cultures for thousands of years. Today, though the human population is sparse, the desert still holds a significant place in the region's geopolitical and cultural landscape. These deserts show just how diverse and extreme deserts can be. From the cold, snowy winters in the Great Basin to the hot, rocky expanses of the Syrian desert, these areas challenge life to find a way to survive. Deserts cover about 1/5 of the Earth's surface, and each one, from the icy reaches of Antarctica to the dry, sandy Arabian desert, has its own unique environment. Deserts are much more than just sandy or rocky areas. They are dynamic environments where the daily struggle for life results in amazing adaptations and diverse ecosystems. In the Arctic and Antarctic deserts, you'll see animals like seals and penguins, which have developed unique ways to deal with the cold and ice. On the other side of the world, in hotter deserts, Plants grow deep roots to reach water, and animals are active mainly during the cooler night hours. So, what do you think? Is there more to the Sahara Desert than just sand and sun? Could there be ancient civilizations buried beneath the dunes? Or is this just another wild theory? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.